This is the Lovin Dubai show with me, Casey.
And Lakshmi.
And we go through the big trending stories that everyone across the city is talking about. Our top story today, Dubai is going cashless very soon.
Dubai is also paying dirham 10 million to help families struggling with rent.
And we're talking about the community paying tribute following the tragic accident in which 4 brothers passed away in Abu Dhabi.
And there's also new paid parking news coming up from Spinneys and Waitrose.
And then later on in the show, we're so excited to welcome crazy Auntie Anne. She's gone from a kitchen DJ to playing places like Miami, Pizza, and now Dubai.
In today's rapid weather report, it's partly cloudy with temperatures ranging from 19 to 25.
Christmas is over, New Year's is over, we've passed it, we're in January, but I wanted to highlight a beautiful day, a tradition, if you will, that happens in Ireland in January. And we're 2 days past it now, but I wonder if you've heard of it. It's called Little Christmas.
No, I haven't really heard of it.
Kirby, have you heard of Little Christmas? You're a Christmas celebrator? No? We call it Nullag Naman, Women's Christmas. And so the purpose is they say that women do all of the preparation. And so we put up the decorations, we make Christmas magical. And then Christmas, the 6th of January, and it's very busy if you're in a household and you've got kids. And it's like it's non-stop during the holidays. So January 6th is the day that the women relax.
Finally take their break.
They go out. They have a bit of a party.
I feel like that should come with every holiday season. Because for us also, it's a very common sight to see the women of the house, carrying the entire festive weight on their shoulders. Like, they make sure everything's in place. They're running around here and there. Especially if you're laying out a feast, it's almost always with them to deal with it. So I think it's good that they get that break. But what do they exactly do during this time? Do they just chill at their home? Do they relax? Do they finally...
Yeah. I'll be totally honest with you. I never celebrated it, but I never did the feast. I never prepared the house. And I don't know if my mum did either. But the purpose and the story of Little Christmas, Women's Christmas, Nullag Naman went viral this year. And I saw it on so many kind of international pages reporting it. There's different ways. Either they could just take the day to relax, someone else prepares the food, or they go to the pubs. Apparently there's deals, little women's Christmas deals that happen. I just like the idea of it.
Yes.
But I never celebrated it. So maybe it's because I haven't been in Ireland so long. Maybe it's happening more and more. But it is a nice idea. And also, everyone's a bit blue in January.
I think it's the time for us to relax, actually. After all I feel like December was filled with so many holidays and festivities and too much happening. I think January is the time to just, take it all, a notch down and be like, okay, now relax. We'll start next month.
Yeah, it's a day for relaxing, that's for sure. But we missed it. It was January 6th. But if you like the idea of it, feel free to bring it to your own country because it's a great tradition. Women relax for the day, enjoy it. But you know what doesn't relax? News in Dubai. It keeps on going, it doesn't stop, it's always innovating. And one of the top stories today is exactly that.
Dubai is going to go cashless very, very soon. Dubai is officially moving towards a cashless future and it's happening sooner than you think. The city's cashless strategy means digital payments are about to become the default across the city. The plan was first announced in 2024 and it's now moving full speed ahead.
So cast away your wallets because by the end of 2026, the goal is 90% of all financial transactions will be cashless and 100% of institutions will be digitally enabled.
And before you panic, no, cash isn't disappearing completely from the scene. Officials say that it'll still exist, just it'll be used way, way less, while tapping, scanning and paying online will become the new norm.
It's already not used very often. Do you hold cash? Are you a cash holder?
I am someone who actually holds cash. I don't know why, it's just a thing.
Rebel.
No, it's just, I always tend to keep some kind of change behind my phone. It's mostly when I'm tipping a delivery rider or someone. Or, you never know when an emergency comes up. So I always keep cash, but I don't really use it that often. Like, I don't remember the last time I made a transaction where, I gave cash and I got change for it and all of that. When was the last time you used cash?
When was the last time I used cash?
Really, really long back, I think.
Oh, I remember the last time I needed cash and I didn't have it, and that's the frustrating thing. So I think we miss cash for the tips, right? So I can go to my local petrol station and they pump up my tyres and there's no charge attached, but it's nice to give something to the person doing the job. And every time I go, I don't have cash. And I say, I'll get you next time, and I forget. But this has been my reminder because I've said it publicly. I have to get it. But I do think regularly, and sometimes when you have the cash, it's like, okay, well, now I'm going to use that for tips. And then it's there, but then it runs out, and then you don't have cash for yonks, and then somehow you end up with a 50 again. But
I think it's always nice to hold a small amount of cash. I think of, the worst case scenarios where, I'm stranded somewhere, or I don't know what kind of thoughts. But there was this one time when I was going to a desert kind of place, and there was this tiny shop there, and they didn't have a card machine. And I was surprised. And all I had with me was 10 dirhams. So playing that, I kept replaying that scenario, and I'm like, I need it when I go to the desert at some point if I'm going there.
It's good to just have a little bit aside.
Yeah,
it's just
always.
I forget to.
But Dubai will be going cashless, so yeah.
Brace yourselves, 2026 is coming, but 90% cashless, 10% carry that cash. Up next, a story that has warmed hearts, another one about Dubai doing amazing things. Dubai is giving 10 million dirham to help families struggling with rent. This is a new initiative. It's called SITR, S-I-T-R. It has been launched to support residents who are facing serious rental pressure as rents continue to rise across the city.
The program is led by Dubai's Rental Dispute Center in partnership with the Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Charitable Establishment, and it aligns with the UAE's Year of the Family 2026.
So what does this mean in real terms? Where is the 10 million going? So the fund will help release more than 100 tenants who are currently detained over rental-related cases. It will also settle nearly 200 enforcement cases and provide direct support to over 230 families struggling to meet their rental obligations.
Authorities say that the support will be assessed carefully based on income, liabilities, payment history, and verified documents to make sure that help reaches those who actually need it the most.
And the goal is simple: help ease financial pressure, resolve disputes, and keep families and homes stable. I think there was such positive commentary from people when they saw this news, because I do think people think about rents. But this is primarily for people who are stuck in rental dispute cases. But yeah, I think we can move on to our next story. It's a tragedy that happened in Abu Dhabi.
The community, they have showed up to pay tributes to the 4 brothers who passed away in the Abu Dhabi car crash. This is a really heavy one. Hundreds of people gathered at Al-Qisay Cemetery to say their final goodbyes to the 4 young brothers who tragically lost their lives in a car crash earlier this week. The boys were laid to rest side by side as prayers were offered, and the community came together to offer strength and support to the family.
So regarding the incident, the family were returning to Dubai after attending the Liwa festival when their car reportedly hit something and flipped twice. 3 of the brothers, aged 14, 12 and 5, passed away at the scene, along with the family's house help. The youngest brother, aged 7, later passed away in the hospital.
Both the parents and their only surviving child, a 10-year-old girl, are currently recovering in a hospital in Abu Dhabi. And the father, despite his serious injuries, he asked to be discharged early so he could come down to Dubai, attend the funeral prayers and the burial of his sons.
Neighbours, parents from the school, friends and well-wishers, everyone has come together waiting outside the mosque on the day of the funeral to pay their respects. Extended family members flew in from abroad to be there during this difficult time, and our thoughts, of course, are with the family and everyone affected by this unimaginable loss. Very sad one there. We'll move on to our next story. Paid parking is a big theme in Dubai at the moment. And this one is about Spinneys and Waitrose have announced paid parking. There's a new partnership with Parkin. And so if you shop at Spinneys or Waitrose, this one's for you. So Parkin has signed a new agreement to manage 6 Spinneys and Waitrose locations across Dubai, and their aim is to reduce congestion.
And here's how it's going to work out. So shoppers will get 2 hours of free parking, and after that it's 10 dirhams per hour, designed to keep all these spaces moving at busy stores. The car parks will use Parkin's digital systems, and payments can be made straight through the parking app, so no ticket drama will be there.
Parkin and Spinneys say the goal is simple: better traffic flow, easier access, and a more convenient shopping experience, especially at high footfall locations. So I'm imagining you're doing your weekly shop. You might drop into a store and you park, you do your shopping, and you leave. If you're under 2 hours, it's free. Now, if you decide to stay for a coffee, because what you find is a lot of these small places. You've got your supermarket, you've got your salon, you've got your cafe. So there's spaces essentially designed to keep us there for longer. And so if you happen chance to stay over the 2 hours, that's when you're going to be charged. And it's a new initiative. We're not used to this.
Yeah, I can see people trying to have a hard time coping with this, because with RTA we always used to get that grace period thing, like 5 minutes. They keep messaging you that your parking's going to get over. It's like a reminder. But with parking, turns out, I'm not sure how it works, but apparently you need to keep checking it every now and then to see you're done with the time limit. And there was this interesting Reddit post as well about it. A person was speaking about how he was fined the exact minute his parking ticket expired. Like, he tried recharging it 2 minutes later, but it was too late and they had charged him exactly at the moment it expired. So he had this entire post about that. Yeah.
Ouch, but also we've discussed this before in the show, that's just technology for you.
Yeah.
And back in the day, it would be if there was someone walking the streets, and it still happens, of course. You've got parking monitors. I think, when you grow up in a small town, there's one man and you see him around town and everyone knows where he is. And there was like a funny name for him. But the parking monitor was there and it would be at random hours. But now, for the areas that are digitalised, and a lot of the parking areas are, that's just the way it's going to be.
Yeah, it's actually it's going to be a tough time, because I feel like I've been very used to seeing the person going around, and everyone, like, soon after we park, we are just like, okay, he's going to come, let's put the parking quickly, and that's how it works. But now it's digitalized, and you might need to keep an eye out, because the minute it expires, AI is not going to show you any grace period. They're going to be like, okay, your parking's done, you're fined now. So, yeah. A lot of the comments also said that they're like, don't expect any kind of grace period from AI. And like, how can you even blame them? It's like the technology doing its thing. So, yeah, I'm not sure if we can do like a conversation and be like, can you please just...
No, you can't. Yeah. But this is the thing, and I think we're noticing it. We've obviously spoken about residential communities where parking is being charged for on different streets. And now in the supermarket I go to regularly, there's a 2-hour parking, and it is annoying. And you kind of, because sometimes I do go to the cafe and then I'll find myself parking on the street. And so, painful. It's painful. It's these small little charges that we spoke about yesterday.
Yeah.
That get you.
I think it'll keep coming up every now and then, but yeah.
Anyway, we feel for the person who got charged on the minute, because that is painful.
Yes, it is very, very. I can just imagine, like, 1 minute you're done and then, you have to pay a hefty fine just for that.
Look, the parking sagas will continue in Dubai. If you're going to a supermarket in the near future, keep an eye out, because paid parking has been introduced and you might expect to see charges. Look, it's time. We are so excited for our guest today. Her name is Crazy Auntie Anne. She has DJ'd in Miami, Ibiza. She's bringing her DJ set to Dubai. She started as a kitchen DJ, and we want to get the story behind her journey. She'll be joining us after this very short break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show with an audience of over 4.3 million followers and super fans, including Ed Sheeran and Paris Hilton. Crazy Auntie Anne has taken the internet by storm with her heartwarming DJ kitchen videos. Proof that age really is just a number. Anne learned to DJ for real and is now dropping classic house bangers of her own with over 78 million likes on TikTok. Shows lined up in Dubai, London, Miami, Ibiza. And also, by the way, she's going to be at Barasti this Saturday. We're so excited to welcome her on the show. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Hi, very well, thank you.
Are you a morning person or a night owl?
I am a morning person.
Yeah.
No, I'm one of those really annoying one that goes morning and yeah.
But your job takes you to nighttime destinations these days.
It does, yeah. It does all over the place and all times of the day. So yeah, it's I love it.
How did it start?
It's a really interesting story, actually. It's a lovely story. So I started when I used to teach mental health in a college. And when we went into lockdown, we went into COVID, all of my students were all sat at home and locked away. And so I started making videos. My niece made my account, hence the Crazy Auntie Anne, because I am also that auntie, you know, that one that puts chocolate under the pillows. And then we went into lockdown, and I wanted to cheer my students up, so I started making videos just to cheer them up, really, and also to encourage them to maybe do some videos of their own and try and get them, even if it was just to get them to put a little bit of makeup on, because they were all sat in the bedrooms. And so that was the purpose to start with. And then I was talking to my students and I said, you guys can do anything you want to in life. You can be anything you want to in life. And I said, let me prove it to you by setting me a challenge. So they said, get 10,000 followers on TikTok. So I said, yeah, okay. And I started making videos, and luck kicked in. One took off massively, and it started from there, really.
Gosh.
Yeah. So really, I'm really lucky. The DJing bit was, I mean, I got going, and I'd got up to maybe about 500,000 followers, and then literally I wanted to do Delirium, Silence by Delirium, and I was been dancing in my kitchen and things like that, and I thought, this reminds me of like my old club days when they were DJs. So I literally got 2 pan lids out, put them on my kitchen top, and did this video, and it just went viral. And it took off from there. It was been, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, and then yeah.
Well, can I go back a little bit? What an amazing journey and what an inspiring start to the story, because it came from, I guess, a bleak period, and. So you were teaching mental health to students. Was there any kind of specific stories from that point of like maybe a student that you helped that came out of their shell from what you were sharing? Or was there any kind of real reason, like was there any kind of real stories that said, you said, I have to put a smile on these kids' faces?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it was because they were, a lot of my students were basically 16, 17, 18, and I know that everyone suffered through the COVID. Everyone had their own times, but for me, those young teenagers, when they should have been going out and having the nails done and the makeup and meeting boys and all that sort of thing.
That was the pivotal time.
Yeah, it's a pivotal time in your life, and they weren't. They were saying so. To be able to get them to, there was a particular student where I tried to get them to do videos because. Actually, the government said, when we went into lockdown, the government also said, sort of get them through. And so they didn't have to do the full 4,000-word assignments that they'd had to do before. So I thought, but they still needed to understand. I thought, they need to understand mental health. So I thought, if I can get them to do videos where they hold cards up, even if they can't talk, if they could just hold a card up. And I did manage to get like 30 students to, and I said to them, if we're doing this video, we made a video, and there was 30 students, and they all put a little bit of makeup on, did the hair, got dressed, and
nice.
some spoke, some did more than others, and some just held a card up saying, you know, but so from that point of view, it just motivated them all to get up and get. We had different parties on different days as well. So I did eyebrow competitions, I did makeup competitions, and my poor husband was like, where are the best eyebrows, you know, and things like that. And we wore onesies some days, and we had hair competitions just to get them to get out of bed and get motivated. And
So great. And then the DJ thing specifically, because you're obviously trying multiple ways to bring a bit of life to someone who's sitting in a bedroom. But the DJ thing must have had kind of you must have had some, like, your personal background was there that kind of led you to want to do a bit of some bangers on TikTok, no? Oh,
I did, yeah. I mean, I love music, all music, and so I was doing a lot of like dancing around to different songs and things like that. And as I said, I wanted to do Silence by Delirium.
Yeah.
So then I made it into this kind of DJ set, and it went completely viral, totally berserk. And I kind of, without looking for a niche, I found a niche. So then I was doing a lot of, and house is my era. So it's really strange because I got married quite young, very young, had all my children. Then I got divorced at 35, and that's when my club era was, my dance, and that was like the late 90s, early 2000s, house music, Marshall Jefferson, Carl Cox, all those. So that was kind of my era, so it was natural to do that sort of thing. So yeah, doing those DJ things, and then someone came forward and said, "Can we give you some proper DJ lessons?" So I got offered 6 DJ lessons. It was a bit of a brand collab, so I documented those sessions as well. And then I got completely hooked on the deck. I bought myself some decks, and I absolutely love it. And then practice. And so, yeah, at 64, ripe old age of 64, I've become a DJ as well.
That's so epic. And was there ever a moment, because I know you had such an amazing purpose for what you're posting, but we speak to a lot of content creators here on the show. And then we also speak to a lot of people who are nervous about posting online. But you had an amazing purpose. Was there ever a point where you were nervous about what your family would say, what the community would say?
No, I don't. I think the thing is there's it comes with age. I think as the older I get, the less I care what people think about me. So I think you've just got to go out and be yourself. You know, one of the things about me, and it was the same with my teaching, was that I am just me as I am, and I've done a lot of work on myself over the years because I've had low parts, very low parts in my life, and you know, there's nothing like a rock bottom to make you appreciate life, is there? So I always appreciate, and it also made me think I've just got to be myself, you know, and I am, and it's just. And also, it's like I don't know these people. It's like behind a camera, isn't it? So just
so
you know.
true.
No, I just thought I've just got to enjoy myself and just have fun.
Great attitude.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's an age thing. When I wouldn't, there's no way that I would have done all this when I was 20, 30, possibly even 40, because I was far too shy. But the older I've got, the more I'm just like,
whatever.
what's the worst thing that can happen? People will laugh and. But there's also a rule. There are rules that I have as well, because I never do anything negative. I never put anybody down. I only ever make a fool of myself. So, you know, I never make a fool of anybody else but me, and I'm okay with that. You know, so
it's fun.
Yeah,
it's a great attitude to have. And you mentioned the name came from the fact that you're a crazy Auntie Anne. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Like who said we're going to call you that, and were they calling you that before you became the internet sensation Crazy Auntie Anne?
Yeah, my niece made my account actually, because, as I said, I was always known as Crazy Auntie Anne because I've always been a bit eccentric. And so my niece Kelsey, actually, she made my account. And it's really strange actually, because she made it so that we could make videos together. But now in hindsight, she's 20 now, is Kelsey. So in hindsight, she was around or she's might be 19, she was about 13 at the time. And I think, when I look back now, maybe it's so that she could look at TikToks, because possibly Mum and Dad wouldn't allow her. So I'll get Auntie But at the time, it was just like, let's make this TikTok, then we can make TikToks together, aren't we? And then it was like, can I borrow your phone? So, you know, in hindsight now, but I mean, I love her a bit, and she's really proud of me as well. But that's where the name came from.
And I have no doubt that the quality's changed. But when I look at your videos, like, the quality is exceptional.
Thank you.
Is that like an iPhone? Is it a camera? Who's setting that up?
It's the iPhone. No, it's me. I do all the videoing myself. I have upgraded now, so I've got an iPhone. I've got one of the latest Pros. You know what I mean? Because the camera's really good.
Yeah.
But for my normal videos, I just do it all myself. But my sons help out a lot, and I also have a manager now as well, who's absolutely brilliant. So, because I mean, I'm not teaching anymore now because the social media took over. So I was able to give up teaching last year, and now I do this full time. So. Which is crazy. Yeah, it's just, I love it. I absolutely love every single minute of it. And it's just, I'm so lucky to have given this opportunity now. It's, I love, it's fantastic when you sort of say to somebody, go, I was on that aeroplane actually and waiting in the lounge in the airport to come out to Dubai, and somebody said, oh, what are you going out to Dubai for? And I said, well, I'm a DJ. What? I'm doing a set at Barasta Beach Bar. I'm doing a set down there. If you're in Dubai, come down. And people are going, really? Yeah. I love it.
I can imagine. I hope they come down to check you out.
I hope so, yeah.
Better.
I'm really looking forward to it, yeah.
You said you learned to play on the decks, and so you've obviously taken it from the kitchen outside. You've also gotten kind of like big appreciation from people like Ed Sheeran, Paris Hilton. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I've had comments from Ed Sheeran on my videos, and Courtney Cox follows me, and she comments quite often, and she messages me. Yeah, I'm like that with Courtney Cox now, and she messaged and said it's just and
the new friend.
And that's fun. Yeah, it's just, and they're liking the videos and the music, and I just feel. Every time I get something like that, and I did one. I don't know if you've probably seen it, but I did one where I pretended to play the guitar. This is quite a while ago now. So the top half is me, and the bottom half is a guitar player, and I'm like just doing all the faces for playing the guitars. And it was a Slash's song, the thing, and Slash actually commented and reposted it. So I was just like. Slash has reposted my video,
Oh, it's so fun. And it's amazing.
And Ed Sheeran said "Slay Queen," you know. It's just awesome. Yeah, love it.
So cool.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
And you know, there's people who are going to say age is just a number. What would you say to anyone who thinks it's too late to try something new?
Oh, absolutely not. No, I think just go for it. You've just got to go. Life's too short not to do the thing, not to do whatever. You know, I've just learned very much that I just go with whatever's happening. And you've just got to take some risks in life, haven't you? I think the biggest one was when I was at the point where I was teaching and I was still teaching, and then this was taking off, and it was just like it was getting too much. So, you know, I've sort of like, should I make this decision to leave teaching and do this full time? It was the best decision I ever made. And it's those decisions that sometimes in life you just got to go, do you know what, I'm going to have a go at this, because what's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is it didn't work out, and you just think, but at least I can sit there and go, I had a go at that.
Yeah.
You know, and I think you've just got to do it. Just go for it. Just go for it, and just, I know it's, and I always will think that if you sit there in life and think about a time when you've been going to take a leap of whatever, faith or whatever, and you've been should, and you really worry about it, every time you've done it, it's always been all right, it's always worked out, it's always been good, and it's always been what the best thing is for you. And so maybe that comes with age as well, that as I've got older, I've just thought, you know, I'm just going to have a go at this, because what's the worst that can happen, you know? So, yeah, I love it.
No, it's so great, because I love that your story at the beginning, you were putting smiles on people's faces at a small level, and obviously, you know, being very creative in how you did that. And now you're putting smiles on people's faces on a massive level. It's amazing. It's so good, amazing.
I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky.
And if you want to see Crazy Auntie Anne, we have to give a shout out because you're going to be at Barasti this Saturday. What can people expect from a live gig with you?
A laugh, a giggle, lots of lovely house music, a bit of a vibe. You know, I am who I am, and I'm really looking forward to doing it. And just, you know, let's dance, let's have that. The beat, it's about the beat, it's about the vibe, isn't it? You know, so there's so many people. The two main questions that I get asked are, what's your favourite song? And I don't have a favourite song. The favourite is a vibe, a beat, and the house music is that. And that's what's going to be happening on Saturday. It's going to be a vibe.
It's going to be a vibe. It's going to be a boogie.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely, yeah. We're going to have fun, and it's going to be great.
And if it's not fun, what's the point? Crazy Auntie Anne.
Exactly, yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me. It's been lovely to come.
From Yorkshire, UK to Dubai, that is Crazy Auntie Anne, Barasti this Saturday. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And that is the Lovin Dubai show. We'll be back with you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye.